Grand National Steeplechase, the most important jumping event for the year yesterday at Flemington. Welcome to Keith Hillier. What a day, Keith.
Well, it was indeed at Flemington, Bruce. It started early when a punter dressed in a tracksuit had as much as $100,000 on a horse called Swords Drawn. He backed it almost one-handedly from 4s into 7 to 4 at one stage and got the money. I don't know where he stashed it, but he won a fortune. Damien Oliver, our champion jockey, collapsed. We had Brian Mayfield-Smith, for the 5th time in his career, score a first-up home base win. He had done it before at Cairns, Townsville, Brisbane, Sydney and now Melbourne. And we had the normally quiet Greg Childs, after winning the Winter Championship final, declaring himself the best rider in Victoria, totally out of character. And, of course, an action-packed Grand National Steeplechase.
He said pound for pound. He sounded like Jeff Fennick talking, didn't he, at the time? Well, Greg Childs?
He did. He's got the stats to prove it. He's got a very good strike rate. And at the time, he sort of later regretted having said it, but he said that he's that stats-wise, his stats are better than anyone.
Yeah, well, he's sticking up for himself. Keith, let's go to the Grand National. There were lots of thrills and spills, a lot of falls, unfortunately. A fantastic finish, Palace Symphony winning, and we'll talk about it after this.
They jumped the first along the Maribyrnong side. Best Endeavours out 3 deep between runners Merry Dash. Second last on the inside, Lake Thor, and around it Ricochet Rhythm. Over the jump near the 1800 metre mark on the first round, and the favourite's lost its rider. Ricochet Rhythm is gone, and that's one out of the way as the leader I'll be judged in front over the next now by 2 lengths to Burrawai Lord, Ivanhoe third. 2 away then comes Tell Disco over on the inside of Hear My Prayers. Here's the first of the old Abattoirs treble coming up. Next then comes John Briley on the outside. African Chief's lost the rider. The 2 favourites have gone. African Chief has lost his rider. He made a real mistake at that one. The rider went high in the air. And they're starting to string out. There's another one gone, and that's I'll be judged. So we have certain accidents early in the race here. And this is going to turn it into an entirely different affair now with the 2 favourites gone. Over the jump near the 1600 metre mark. And the leader is Burrawai Lord. He's broken away again here from Hear My Prayers and Ivanhoe by 6. Oh, there's another one gone. It's Bush Ranger has lost its rider. And there's another one gone over the top of it. And that is Lake Thor, another one of the favourites out of the event. This is a spectacular Grand National. 450 out in the Grand National. Burrawai Lord in front, 6 clear. Best Endeavours second, then Palace Symphony. Hear My Prayers, and further back John Briley the last. And he's over it clearly, Burrawai Lord. Best Endeavours may be running out of steam. Palace Symphony running on at the 300. Burrawai Lord in front. He's going up and down in the one spot. Palace Symphony and Best Endeavours coming after him. It's Palace Symphony racing to Burrawai Lord inside the 200 metre mark. Best Endeavours trying hard under the big weight, but Palace Symphony has broken away, and it's Palace Symphony's Grand National. Palace Symphony first, second is Tidy's 1 by 4. Best Endeavours got there.
Ricky Morn, the jockey, great ride because he had some problems. Eric Musgrove, fittingly I think, Keith, that Musgrove won the steeple and Houlihan the hurdle. You spoke to Eric afterwards. What about the Hiskins? What did he say?
Yes, he'll back up again. Palace Symphony's best track is Moonee Valley. That seems a silly thing to say, doesn't it, after winning the Grand National? What a race, Bruce. They were falling in order of favouritism early. Only 7 of the field of 14 completed the course. Sadly, African Prince had to be put down. He was injured when galloping alone. But it was a freak that Palace Symphony stayed on his feet. Ricky Morn, who rode him, said his feet didn't touch the ground for 4 strides when he got tangled up in the fall that claimed its Bush Ranger.
Yeah, great effort. And that horse ran second in a Caulfield Guineas, which is quite remarkable when trained by Lee Friedman. Keith, just before we go, I read a quote in the London Times this week. The background to this is that Bos Roshan, the top filly in Europe, was beaten in the Eclipse Stakes, badly ridden by Kieran Fallon. Henry Cecil had this to say after the race: in the circumstances, she might as well stayed at home. She has come out of the race, by the way, we're talking about a horse here, she's come out of the race as well as you could expect, but her pride has been obviously dented. She's been abused, hasn't she? I think it's very sad. Disappointing is the word. Boy, could you imagine Bart or Tommy saying that?
I couldn't. And Henry Cecil, he's a most affable guy, but he must have got out of the bed every day this week because he's now not talking to the press. He told them they were a bunch of clowns.
Well, he's reacted pretty sharply to that defeat. Keith, catch you and see you throughout the winter season.
Yep, look forward to that, Bruce. Thanks.
Keith Hillier there, and Palace Symphony, the winner of the Grand National Steeplechase at Flemington yesterday. Thanks for being with us. Sunday football coming up, and also the footy panel, and we will see you next Sunday morning at 9 o'clock.
And what will it bring? I need sort of more lessons or help with it.